Okay, so I just wanted to do a very quick video regarding April the 19th, which is obviously Good Friday for us, but it's also Passover for the Jews. And so I just wanted to let everybody know that's why it's obviously a high watch day. But not just that, is because on this timeline, April the 19th is within this time period of when it goes dark between the 6th and the 9th hours. And when this is split up, this 6-month time period of these 6 months into 4 night watches, it is actually the midnight hour on Good Friday and Passover. So what God has done is he's kind of pulled back time. So when this blood moon happened in January, this was actually midnight on the timeline in the Gospel of John Passover night. But it's not just midnight, it's now gone back to 6 p.m. So we've kind of had a retrograde of time where we've gone back now really 6 hours, and therefore what we went through in 2018 from the first blood moon from 6 p.m. until the third blood moon, which is midnight, that whole year, 12 lunar months, is what we've got in this time period here for these 2 night watches. So the blood moon is actually given us a sign pointer for Passover night, within Passover night, and we've actually gone back in time from midnight to 6 p.m. Which is pretty cool. So the only thing is, though, is that we're going to go through what we went through again. Okay, so what we went through last year, we're going to go through again. So we're going to go through these 2 night watches again, but it will be a lot shorter. So instead of these night watches lasting 6 months, which is what these night watches lasted, they were 6 months apart. These night watches only last 6 weeks each. So instead of 12 lunar months, we've now got 12 weeks in this time period. And it's actually getting closer now to 10 weeks to go. So this is why it's so important that you abide in the word and really strengthen yourself in the Lord, because whilst the intensity has been lessened, and I felt it myself, I felt the intensity lessen, it's going to build up again. And I just wanted to do a video just to let everybody know that whilst God has given us grace to pull back time and made midnight postponed until Good Friday, which is amazing how he's done that, he's given us these extra 12 weeks to get ready again, to go through the first and second night watch, to really truly make sure that we are wholeheartedly loving him. And this is God's amazing patience and grace for us that he would do that, because he doesn't have to do that, but he's done it. And so this is really why the 19th of April is a very high watch time, because it initiates midnight and it's also Good Friday and Passover night. And, you know, this is a high watch transitional time period, which will bring us into the third night watch, within third night watch of Passover night in the Gospel of John when Jesus is in the tomb. Therefore, the third and fourth night watches here will last 6 weeks each. So that will total another 12 weeks to go after Good Friday until we get to the morning twilight, which is when the rapture happens. So the rapture happens in July at the morning twilight, but the midnight hour is initiated from Good Friday, which is Passover night. But bear in mind is that God's taken us back to 6 p.m. And I feel that in the spirit, because the intensity has definitely lessened. But it doesn't mean to say that we can, relax. We can't relax. this is the time period, as we know what they did in, the first time period of the Exodus was they were to gird their loins and to be ready and dressed and to eat the meal in haste. So we must have this urgency still in our hearts, but know that God has taken us back to 6 p.m. and yet the intensity will increase weekly. And that's why we're meeting weekly. So that's why I've got live stream happening on Friday, Saturday, Sunday from noon, which is the 6 hour on the West Coast, and 3 p.m. which on the East Coast, which is the ninth hour, and that making 8 p.m. UTC time. So it's between the 6th and the 9th hours, which is pretty cool. Okay, it has to be done. So I just wanted to do a very quick video just to let people know this retrograde, amazing pullback of time, which takes us back from the midnight hour into 6 p.m. to give us these extra 12 weeks to get ready. But there will most probably be a rerun of last year for those 12 months of intense times that were quite intense in terms of the darkness increasing. But all I can say is it's going to be shorter this time and therefore more intense. And so whilst it might feel easygoing at the moment, it's going to start changing quickly. So just keep praying, keep abiding in the word, and know that he is with us and never will he leave us or forsake us. God bless you, everybody. Have a great day.